Oh, we are live. We are live. We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from at this hour. It's such a privilege to be able to be here and to be able to just share a few things with our audience. So, wherever you're tuning in from, you are very welcome to our pages. And my name is Catherine. And before I forget, I would really like to know where you are watching us from. So, please leave a comment on the page where you're watching this from and let us know where you're tuning in from. And at any point of this go live, this broadcast that we're doing right now, if you feel like you've got a question that you would like us to help you answer, by all means, tell us where you're tuning in from and write your question. And I'm sure whoever's page you're watching this from will get in touch with you and help you answer your questions. So I'm going to introduce myself and I'm going to call on to my co-host here also to introduce themselves. Okay, so you guys probably know us already if you've been on our pages a few times. We are the African Queens, and my name is Catherine. I live in the UK. I'm a radiographer by profession. I'm a child of God. I believe I am an encourager. That is who God has called me to be. And I really love to be able to encourage my other sisters also in pursuing the things that God have called you to do and not limit yourself with the things that you think, oh, I can't do. So yeah, I'm really happy to be able to share with you today. And I'm really proud to be part of this business, online business community. And we are here to inspire you and encourage you to take actions for the things that God has called you to. So, without wasting time, I'm going to call Sister Mary. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, viewers, and welcome to this podcast. My name is Mary. I live in the United Kingdom. I'm a retired midwife. I'm a mom of three, originally from Africa, precisely from Nigeria, and I'm an online digital business owner. So stay tuned.
Thank you so much for that sweet introduction. And Sister Motun, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Moto. I'm an healthcare analyst. I reside in the UK, originally from Nigeria as well. I'm a wife, faith based as well, and then I help healthcare professionals like me, an immigrant, to set up digital business that I'm doing. So thank you all.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I really love to do this together with my partners in business. And today we want to really touch on this topic that I felt is really at heart to me, okay? So the question that we want to tackle today is what is holding you back? The mindset behind pursuing business opportunities. Because I believe mindset really plays so much in the decisions that we make. And especially when it comes to pursuing a business opportunity that is outside of what you normally do, mindset really plays a role in whether you're going to take action or you're just going to stay in your comfort zone. So I've got a few questions for my guest today. Well, my co-host. I want to say co-host because we are all in this together, okay? But today they've put me in the driving seat. So, Sister Mary, I'm going to start off with you. And my first question is, what is one mindset shift that completely changed the way you approach business?
Awesome. That is actually an interesting topic. What is one mindset shift? Okay, so for me personally, obviously I can only talk for myself. Um, the way I approach business now and the way I approach business in the past was not or is not the same. In the sense that before I used to see business as okay, just buy and sell, open the shop, sit down there and wait until when you get customers. But with evolving technology and especially with AI invasion, I just realized that the traditional way of doing business is completely different in comparison to the way we know how to do business in the past. For me personally, I then begin to actually look at it that, okay, what is it that we're doing before that we are not doing now? Or we are not, or we were doing now that we weren't doing before. Before, everything was on human effort, right? Physically. If you see people digging the ground, tiling or whatever, everything is human effort. But when you now realize that technology has so much advanced to the point that all of those energy that we put into the way we do things before, we don't actually need to do that anymore. And the fact that I don't have to be in the shop for me to earn, right? I can be on holiday, chilling, and then my business is working in the background. So that began to shift my thinking of from how I know business was, being done in the past and how I can actually easily, effortlessly do business these days. And the fact that I don't have to be there physically for my business to actually be actually working in the background. And now we have what we call automated system. Automated system, which is also what we have in our business that we're talking to you this afternoon or this today about, is the fact that automated system do the heavy lifting for you while you are actually chilling. So I can actually be in Hawaii somewhere, stretching in the beach, right beside the beach, watching the moon or the setting or the sun setting, and my business is still working in the background. My bank account is being, actually populated every, hour and every minute. So you look at that and then you start tailoring the way you think, the way you do things, and then you begin to actually adjust the way you actually, present yourself. And like, for instance, now we are here talking about this business. Before, we didn't have all this technology. I would have probably opened a shop and then I'll be sitting in my shop and then waiting until when somebody come to ask me, what are you selling? I want to buy. Today, technology has made it so possible that everybody is online. Businesses is online. Your bank is online. Your shop is online. Anything you want is online. The other day I was cracking joke. I wanted to buy yam. I said, you know what? Let me go to e-commerce Amazon. Let me see if I'll find yam. I don't want to go to the store. Lo and behold, I just key in yam, African yam, Puna yam. What did pop out? A whole box of yam on Amazon, which all I need to do is just to, put it in my basket, pay for it within 24 hours. It's in my doorstep. How good is that? How that is so before I would have just been thinking, oh, maybe I have to take a bus from my house and then I have to jack this yam, then I have to no total complete way of doing business. And that is one thing that has really, really shifted my mindset from the old way of doing things to the new way of doing things. Thank you.
I really like that knowledge that you've made, and thank you so much for sharing that insight. Yeah, like online really makes a difference in how we approach things today. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. So, next question goes to you, says Motin. And my question is, what role does failure play in personal and business growth? Because nowadays people think, oh yeah, I failed, so I don't want to try again. So I want to ask you, what role does failure plays in personal and business growth?
All right. Thank you so much for that awesome question. And I'm going to start with this. You know, a rejection or that or closed door or a disappointment is not actually happening to one because it wants to destroy us, but to develop us. For instance, let me cite an example. I was trying to get a new role in my line of work, and I went for some interviews, and then they gave me some feedback about, oh, this is what you did well, this is area for you to improve. And that actually helped me to be able to guide my next line of interview, what I need to, improve on, and it gives me more that hedge in the next interview. So in every aspects of life, either business wise or personal life, failure is not just to bring us down, but for us to learn from it. For instance, the feedback will help us to know, okay, what works well and what doesn't work well, an area of improvement, isn't it? So that is something that is going to be, that's what failure has taught me in my personal life. Okay, so now let's now look into the area of business aspects. Business, where I have done some businesses that didn't go well, All right. But what did that teach me? Teach me that even if this is not going well, there are other opportunities and there are other businesses that works out there. And that is where the resilience comes in. It helps me to be resilient that, oh, I can see that this is working for people. If it's working for people, then I need to do whatever it takes. Either I need to be patient, either I need to ensure that I develop my skill that is needed to build my business. You understand? So that has also taught me how to be resilient. All right. So we have some few people that they had made some first attempts in life before they make success. Someone like Thompson Edison, he tried thousands of unsuccessful experiments before actually creating practical light bulb. You understand? And then also J.K. Rowling, which had multiple publication rejected before he became a successful publisher. And Oprah Winfrey, which all of us knew, had faced several career setbacks before building a global platform. So failure is not just to bring us down, it's for us to actually build, to learn, and to build resilience, and also to help us to redirect. Because like I said, I've tried so many other business opportunities out there until I found this. And, I started building patiently. And honestly, I've learned a lot over the past few years that I've been in this business. So I've failed. I've knew what worked. Okay, why did I fail? What reason, what lesson did I learn from there, and pick myself up? Just like in my adage, when you fall down, you will look at it. A young boy might just be, you will look at, okay, what actually made me to fall? Let me take that hurdles off my path, and then you proceed with your journey. All right. So failure is not to bring us down, but it's for us to learn and also to build capacity from it. Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful. Failure is to help us to build capacity to carry on. I really love that. Yeah. I mean, having failed once does not mean everything that you touch is going to be a failure. It's a learning point, and we always learn from the things that we have failed from. And I love that analogy that you've made about interviews, because I've been there so many times. And anytime I receive that feedback, I'm like, okay, today it was unfortunately you didn't get it, but I'm going to build on this feedback for next time. And the same thing applies with anything that we touch. It's exactly like when you get into the business world. So thank you so much for that illustration. I've got 2 more questions. Let's see if we can get through them. So back to you, Sister Mary. Do you believe success is determined more by talent or by the willingness for somebody to learn and grow?
Oh, wow. Do I believe that success is determined by talent? I would say a bit of both, because if you have a talent, that talent, if you find it to flame, then that will determine the success you get at the end. Because it's like you want to build a castle. You don't have a knowledge of how to build a castle. In your head, maybe it was just like a phantom in your head, and you're fantasizing, oh, I want to, you're seeing yourself in a mansion, or you want to build a mansion, but you don't even know how to lay a foundation, right? I would say talent is the base, is the foundation, right? Because it's just like going for an interview. Some people, they are just like, they are made to know how to answer certain questions. There is no question, there is no interview they go to that they fail, right? So because they are talented in that area. But if you don't, you then have to learn, the skill to be able to maneuver, just like what Mutun just told us, right? So now, your talent is not the sole determinant of how far you go or how low you drop. No, it's a bit of both. So you need to be talented to be able to then increase your capacity of what you want to build, because it's the talent. It's like a fuel in the car. The car is beautiful. You have a car, you have everything, you have all your gadget, but without a petrol inside that car, it's not moving anywhere, right? So you still need that base for you to build and for you to grow. So, yeah, that is my take on it, because you said, what do I think? That is what I think. Somebody else might look at it differently, but that's my take on it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, absolutely. Thank you for that. And people have talent, but as sis was saying, if you don't build on that talent will not, it's not going to take you anywhere. So you may start a business and believing, oh, I've got this talent and I'm going to put it into this, I'm going to do this, and you come across some obstacles and you be like, oh, okay, this is not working out. It's because you're not building on your talent, because you feel your talent alone is going to get you somewhere. But once you understand, okay, I've got a talent, I've got something, but let me build on it. Once you build on it, that is when you get to success. So thank you so much for that insight. And I think we could be able to get this next question in. So Sister Motun, back to you. So what daily habits help you to maintain a positive and productive mindset?
Hmm. Daily habits that helps to build productive and daily mindset. All right, let's start with a scenario, because sorry, I like example. When I was trying to move from my country to Nigeria, you know, life isn't what I expected. Understand? Because I faced some other issues when I came in here. It wasn't as I expected. But I just understand that instead of being discouraged, I have to have that I have to have that mindset to ensure that, the challenges I'm facing is like a learning phase for me, is a growth platform. All right. And that is one of the things that, helped me to understand that, okay, this is a new environment and I need to ensure that I'm adapting to the new environment that I'm in, and not getting into you know a more condensed attitude where I feel lonely or I feel dejected. I see that's the end of the world. All right. So one of the things that helped me to build that daily mindset is ensuring that I stay focused on my aim and objective. What exactly am I coming here to do? What exactly am I trying to achieve? By staying positive and staying focused on it. And then I also ensure that, as on daily basis as well, after I've prayed, I've trusted God, I also reach out to people that could help to support my goals and aspiration, to help me keep mind on, and what my focus is on. And then also to build my, like we rightly said, Mama have said that initially, building capacity to ensure that I listen to the open heaven I did today. And you don't allow any negative conversation to tar or to bar away my plan. So those are actually helped me to focus on, okay, this is my goal. This is what I need to do. This is what I'm going to achieve. Then I need to stay focused, surround myself with the right people and with the right guidance. Honestly, that has been helping. And the most important thing is trusting God and, praying and believing God for that. So I don't know if I've answered that, but yeah, more often than not, that's what I do.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant, because that's your personal journey and the things that have been helping you. And I want to believe that those kind of approaches will help our viewers as well. I think the message is really clear today, viewers. So a growth mindset is really essential to any long-term business success. So you cannot have anything long-term if you're not ready to grow your mindset, or you're not ready to approach it with a growth mindset, because business requires adaptation and learning, and you may come across setbacks, but those setbacks are not a reason for you to say that is me done, I quit. Those setbacks are a reason to say, okay, I've learned something and I can take it from here. So today, since I'm in the mood of asking questions, viewers, I'm going to leave you with something I want you to ponder on, okay? I want you to ask yourself today, what is one mindset shift that you need to make today in order that your future self is going to thank you for it?
Mhm.
I'm going to repeat that again. What mindset shift do you need to make today so that your future self is going to thank you for it? Because the future is ahead of you and God has given you dreams, but you don't want to wake up tomorrow and say, oh, I wish I did it. So I'm going to leave you with this question. And thank you so much for being with us this hour. Thank you so much, my co-host as well. I'm calling you co-host because we are all in this bus together. So thank you so much. And I really hope that what we've shared today is going to motivate you and inspire you and help you to make the shift that you need to do to get to your next level. And if you want to get in touch with us to learn more about what we do and how we got into this digital space, please do send us a message. Do not hesitate. We will get back to you and help you answer your questions so that you can get on your own journey and start your own digital business as well. So without any further ado, thank you all once again, and we hope to catch you some other time. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for
Bye.
watching.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.